We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully it works. Hopefully people are jumping in. If you're watching this later, you'll see that I had a 16-minute and 34-second stream going, and then it said it had problems with the intranets, and it wouldn't let me do anything, so I just dropped off and started it over again. My pizza should be done soon though, so that's something. I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. Who is this? Who is this parking in front of my house? Whose fault was this rude interruption? I don't know. It just wouldn't let me. It just said your connection is unstable, and it wouldn't let me connect. But the internet was fine. I still had a very strong signal. There was no issues, no problems at all. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What is this? Looks like a package coming. Hopefully everybody will figure it out that I jump back in. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you got to check your email again. I don't know what happens. All I know is you're here, Chad. You're here. It's a package being delivered. No reason to ring the doorbell. No reason at all. And my pizza should be done. Chad, do me a favor. I'm gonna go get this package because it's a little windy out and it looks very light. I don't know what it is. My computer's been doing that too for the last several months. Then I have to either restart my router or go into my network settings and run some programs and restart it. Luckily, I didn't have to do that. Luckily, I just dropped off and jumped on. It was just probably a bad connection on YouTube. Oh, my pizza's also done. I'll be back. All right. Pizza time. Pizza time. Stop. Pizza time. Charlie says, "Are we back in business?" Chad says, "We are." He's getting his pizza at the door. He's probably going to eat it in front of us and not even share, and we'll all be envious or have pizza envious. I have these little personal things. The pizza, it would be good right now. That's where I'm going to have it. No, there was a package at the door. It's for my wife. So I'll let the pizza cool down a little bit. Because there is nothing worse than biting into a pizza that is like magma. And you burn the roof of your mouth. And then all those little burnt pieces of the roof of your mouth bother you. They dangle for days. I just named the driver of the in this crime throw. I just named the driver Charlie. Case back. Yes. Hopefully we don't. You guys were like, "Oh, he's in a loop. He's dropped." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I look over the router's. Everything's perfect, and then it scrolled on the bottom that my connection was unstable. I'm like, "Buddy, you're unstable." That didn't seem to work though. I figured if I got nasty with it, it would work. It did not work. Charlie says, "I bet that guy is the best driver on the road." Yeah, this is the guy who's going to crash and kill everyone. He says, "I wrote 800 words yesterday and 800 this morning on book 4 of Memoir of a Monster. Yesterday, for the first time ever, my shoulder rolled at what I wrote." You gotta watch those shoulder rolls. All right, we're going to try to eat this pizza. Trisha, then you should have named him after my wife. Keith creeped himself out. Keith, I sent you the JPEG this morning for covers 1 to 3. Trisha, I can only say that because she's. Well, yeah, I mean, that's obviously. I didn't think you were completely stupid. Keith says, "Let me go see. Don't get off of here, though." Uh-huh. No. Mm-hmm. He says, "Got him. Thank you, sir." Mm. Mm. Q says they look good. Hold on to those files. I'll be writing 4 and 5. They're going to call me that cryptid guy. Chad says, we'll do. Chad says, sorry about the numbers for the permafrost release, Armin. I've been there. Yeah, have high hopes and then it falls flat. Yeah, and again, we're 3-4 days into it, but I thought the Dying Days crowd, some of them would buy into it. Nick says, happy Friday. Look at you still YouTubing. Right? Chad says, did you put anything in Amazon's subtitle like a Dying Day spinoff? No. No, it's just in the description. I never see a big surge in sales because of stuff like that anyway. I feel like I'm getting a stutter in my video. That's not good. You know, it's good coffee. Coffee's good. Coffee and pizza. Like, I don't want people to read it and thinking it's going to be zombies because it's not zombies. But I put the word zombie in the description. I'm sure some idiot is just going to see the word zombie and Dying Days. I probably we'll have to do that at some point. But really, what it does is it reinforces that I don't want to do self-publishing anymore. A zombie-free Dying Day spinoff, yeah. Again, it just will kick me in the butt to get this Southern Gothic noir thriller finished quicker. A not so much dying Day spinoff. There you go. All right, second pizza. Mmm. Come on. They're good. It's like the Red Baron, but they're like just the two personal ones in the box. I like these. A lot of topping on them. I keep getting HP pop up to restart my computer. I'm like, no. Maybe that's what screwed this up. Excuse me. Plus my out of the park 27 baseball. I should get a link to it at some point today. Start the new baseball game, new season. Chad says, your computer is possessed more like HP Lovecraft. Am I right? Chad, you slay me. You slay me with all your Lovecraftian humor. No, here we go. Oh, Chad, you will also be happy to know Miss Colleen Hoover sent me another message last night. I believe that's the number 4 from her. The funny part was she wants my whatever the name of that book is, Taboo something. I wrote an extreme horror short, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or more for an anthology. That's the book that Colleen Hoover wants to promote. Nick says, I wish Frank was here. We all do. Nick, we all do. You don't have to say anything after that. Which was a 50th anniversary vinyl for Kiss the Destroyer that's purple liquid filled. That's crazy. Yeah, Nick, the Colleen Hoover. 4 times now in the last 2 days. And always the most extreme story that I've written. There's like, oh, your book Brutality, which is not my book. I just have a awful story in it. Tell Colleen I'm the one over here reading her stuff. Chad, I will. You know what? I will forward your email to them and they will start sending you these messages. The title Permafrost comes up for 8 books in Armin's Amazon search. How can we get Armin's to be the first one? Is it based on sales rank? That's a good question. I don't know. Chances that vinyl probably sounds like crap. Cool for the novelty though. Plus, Simmons could probably use money. Yo, yeah, he's definitely on Poor Street right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's something you buy because you're just a Kiss fan. You're a fanatic, and you buy every single thing that they ever put out, and you just kind of that's one of those you just hang on the wall kind of thing. You're not gonna listen to that. And they're smart. There's nothing on the vinyl, you know. Lieutenant Positivity reporting for duty, sir. Frank, I don't know if you can read back, but Nick Zinn had a big question for you. Huge question. Frank does love purple, royal purple. That's why he's such a big fan of Purple Rain. Hmm. Hmm. Nick said I was thinking more of a deep purple. I don't think if it was Tommy Clark, it would be deep purple. Frank, probably more Prince. Frank says, I do not like deep purple. Definitely more Prince. See, I know you. I know you. Didn't we all, Frank? Didn't we all? Chad's favorite color? Purple. No, there's no, except for Nick, there's no ladies in the house. See what I did there? Mm. Deep Purple box set. They're two good songs and all the rest. Chad, let's hope that's not true. No lady just love bomb babies. Nope. I forgot to write this down. I'm so mad. I watched a reel. I think it was a reel. I think it was real. There's a band out of somewhere near Detroit. I thought of Chad. It's a pop punk band. I didn't think of Chad for that. But anyway, they in their set, and they're on tour now. In their set, they goof around at one point, and they play a part of Unforgiven by Metallica, but they make up lyrics. And like all the members, like, so they're like, one guy says, "What I've known, what I've shown, what I've grown, who would I bone?" And then the singer says, "We need scones." And then they stop. So it's just like they play the little guitar part for Unforgiven and then that. And apparently they've been doing it for a couple of years. And people started throwing scones at them at their shows. And then they said, no. Don't throw scones at us. Bring us scones and other pastries. And we will collect them for the homeless. And we will go, after the show, we will go to the homeless shelter. Houseless shelter, I guess we got to call it now. And so the video is they get to that point, give us scones, and then he does this in front of the stage. And people are bringing boxes of pastries and scones. And it's like 6 feet tall and looks like about 4 feet wide. That's how many boxes of this stuff they bring. And then he's thanking everybody. And then the roadies come out and they with dollies, and they start piling them up and wheeling them off while they jump into their next song. Well, that was pretty interesting. I don't remember the name of the band though. So nobody ever heard. It looks like a bunch of 20-somethings. But it said they were from Detroit. Ugh. I got something off, Frank. I like Deep Purple more than that irritating woman. Who do you like less than her though? I mean, you set that bar pretty high. Chess says, I listened to a Nuff's Enough album for the very first time the other day. Well, like 7 songs. I thought of you guys. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, if you like the Beatles, you like Enough's Enough. Charlie says, unhoused shelter. Yeah. House by nature. Naughty by nature. And that's why I hate you. Chess says, sounds like something Mac Sabbath would do. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like those guys or anybody dressed up like that or anything. It wasn't Adam Baum. I'm sure Adam Baum is working at that White Castle near your house, though, Frank. You go through the drive-thru. Enough could have probably done better without the Poison image and had a better band name. Yeah, well, that was all the rage. Let's do all these neon colors and all that. I think they were a lot of their deeper cuts on their albums are very good. Again, if you like the Beatles, you love these guys. In fact, I think they did a entire Beatles album once. I get it, Frank. You don't like that lady. I saw Enough's Enough. Me and Frank saw it. Frank Valenti, see what I did there? You thought I was going to say Frank Edler at Birch Hill. They played, and Chip's Enough, maybe his real name, who knows? Mr. and Mrs. Enough, you have a baby boy, let's name him Chip. Uh, he was on stage with no socks or shoes on. I'm thinking that stage is not really all that clean. Like you're gonna get a fungus or something. Frank says Poison is my second favorite band of all time. The Suffotes, if you will. What's your number one band of all time, Frank? Number one band. Kiss. 8 is enough. God, those guys were great. With that little kid with the bowl haircut, man, those guys were so good. I bet it's Bush. It probably is Bush. That does sound like Frank. I remember then their encore, they played like 3 Beatles songs. I'm not a fan of the Beatles. Like I don't hate them, but yeah, Deep Purple is your favorite band. I guessed it. I like the Beatles. They're all right. Not a huge fan. My mother was a huge Beatles fan, which is probably why I'm not a Beatles fan. I appreciate the talent there, being positive on a positive Friday. But then they were playing Beatles songs, and I'm like, just play your songs. Frank is not a fan of Bush. You take that back, Nick Zen. Because they played their end. I remember the end of their set was "We'll Get High on a New Thing" and "Fly High, Michelle." They're 2 big MTV hits. Then they went off stage, and then I said to my buddy Frank, who's huge, is probably still a huge fan of them. Like that was probably his favorite band. I said, "What's left?" He's like, "Oh, they're gonna do some Beatles songs." And I said, "All right, can we go? I'll meet you at the car." He said, "No, they're really good." And then they played, and I said, yeah, I should have started walking to the car. Chaz says the proper top 3 bands are Black Sabbath, Ozzy Years, The Cure, and Journey. Shelly in the house. Chad says, "Hey, Shelly, you have a package here." Hey, don't talk dirty to my wife. You got a package came while my pizzas were being finished, so it was all a big thing. I got to go get the pizzas out of the oven, get your package, bring in my pizzas, eat my pizzas, so everyone can see my pizzas and have pizza envy. Frank says, "Shelly." Actually, that's how Chuck says it. Chad and I are very, very different people, which I enjoy. I enjoy the fact that I don't agree. Listen, I'm a Sabbath, I'm an Ozzy Years fan, but I'm more of a Dio Years fan. I am not a fan of The Cure, although they have those 3 or 4 songs, which I like. And who doesn't love Journey? I mean, I'll give you that one. Who does not? Who does not? If you don't love Journey, you might not be a human being. Oh, Shelly, I took out chicken, the new the package of chicken breast. I took out for dinner. Frank said, "I heard it's not a very big package." No, it's like a little. It's like a little pink bag. Steve Perry doesn't love Journey. Journey just does it for me. Hey, I listen. I agree. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. That's one of those few big arena rock bands, 70s and 80s that I still enjoy. Frank says, "I like Sabbath, but only the Gary Cherone years. Those were the best years." I like Sabbath, but only the songs that Geezer Butler wrote. Trick, Geezer Butler wrote all of the songs for every band and all of the books. Charlie says, "I don't love Journey, but they're okay. They're coming to Tupelo this summer, and we're going. My wife likes them a lot." Nice. Keith says, "Anyone given Brother Fire Tribe a chance?" I have no idea what that even is. Chet says, "Oh man, thanks for that visual, Frank." This looks like the internet. I'm not having any problems connection or anything, which I better not because we went through as in my wife went through a whole rigmarole of getting a new router and a new cable box and everything. I figured it was a band, Keith. I've just never heard of them. But if they have anything past 1990, I don't care. Me personally. Obviously, you do. We were taping many shows. I love taping shows, and like 10 minutes into the show, all of a sudden the show would stop, and we would get this message of we're reconnecting your video or something like that on the DVR portion, and then sometimes it would just shut off, and then it would be like it say I watched the whole thing and delete. And I'm like, no. Then I'd start again, and I had to fast forward through those 10 minutes or so. Or sometimes we get all the way to like 45 minutes of a 60-minute show, and it would do that. Now I got to fast forward all the way through and hope I can get past that. I'd have to go like 2 minutes past that and miss. No, it's just a mess. Accuse me of mansplaining. All right, I will. Chicken tonight for dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Chicken. Hopefully my wife will be able to come up with whip up some kind of concoction. She's been good lately with like, you know what? We're not just going to do the normal stuff. We're going to do something. I'm going to look something up that you would not put together. Like not like too much. Like, oh, let's do chicken and cauliflower. I don't know. I'd eat that. She's just like, all right, we're gonna do this, but I'm not gonna just do like, oh, you took out a pound of chuck meat, choice chuck meat. I'm gonna instead of just let's just do hamburger helper or let's do dirty rice. Let's do something completely different. Yeah, chicken surprise is right, and I'm surprised because it's good. It's good every time. Remind me to tell you when my wife's not on about the time she made when we first started dating. She made hot chicken. It was so hard it just burned the roof of my mouth like eating a hot pizza right out of the oven. I bring it up all the time. That's 11, 12 years ago. 13 years ago. She does not like that when I bring that up. And to be honest, it wasn't that. It was just it was a little bit spicy for me because I'm a wimp. Frank says Thai basil chicken would be my move on a Friday night. That would be your move. That's the move right there. I'm not a fan of chicken on the bone. It's a chicken breast. It's boneless, so I'm sure she'll whip up something to feast on, and then we'll feast. And then tomorrow, I think she's got to go food shopping. I have a very long list, 2 columns of things that I would like to eat. I'm running out of things. I was like, well, I got these pizzas. Let me just throw these pizzas in real quick. But then I always forget that the pizzas are, what are you doing? Just relax. Lay down. There you go. Lay down. Relax. I'm like, oh, these pizzas take 25 minutes. Which I put them in for 28 minutes because I like everything I eat. I like it a little burnt. There's nothing worse than when you put pizza in the oven, frozen pizza, and then it's still cold in the middle. That bothers me. 28 minutes, maniac, yeah. Then you see how brown the edges on that thing were? I'll tell you what, the underside, nice and cooked. Nice and cooked. The other night she made ham, like this little tiny ham. And then last night she took some when she went to her mom's, and then I made a couple pieces of white bread, 3 pieces of ham on it, made a couple sandwiches. Freaking delicious. You missed a lot, Lorraine. All right, let's start all over. And then the ham was delicious. And then she got home last night from her mom's, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It's 10:30. I'm making another ham and white bread sandwich. 28-Minute Maniac is the name of my new garage band. Yeah, it started with the channel freezing. Yeah, lady present, everyone. Even though nobody says that for my wife, that's a little offensive. My power went out. Now I have to try and type my nonsense on a phone. Everything I say is going to look like Frank typed it. Well, yeah, you spelled nonsense like Frank, so you're already there. All right, says, "Oh, Frank, that's right, Armin, exactly." So, yeah, I went like 16 minutes, and then the power went out. Or not the power went out. My connection was unstable, and I couldn't get it to reconnect, so I just dropped out. So that's currently where we are. We're currently doing that, but so far I've been almost 45 minutes, and we're good. So, Nick says, it is rather windy up here. Garbage cans blowing all over the streets. Wow. Lorraine saying hello to everybody. Chad, you cad. 69 degrees here, which means 64 currently in Athens, Georgia. I think high 72 here today. Keith, your short is up and running. That's why I'm late to the chat. Chad says, yeah, it's windy here. A tree probably took a power line out. Yeah. Frank says, when ladies are present, I try to speak in the parlance of the Victorians. Yea, verily. See, I just figured that you always talk like that. I am almost done with this short story. 2,600 words to it now. That's something. I know I have an unboxing video, not for the package my wife got in today. I have looks like a book. I'm getting a lot of books lately. Some might say too many. Keith says I'll have to check it out. We are at, 2,838 hours. So a little over 1,100 hours left to get verified. It says, please do, Keith. I'm still wearing the mustache. I also want to thank everybody, obviously, for watching all of my videos. I'm going to plug my fan in. I'm like, it's getting a little warm. Oh, because the fan's not plugged in. Should have been charging it this whole time. Oh, you called Chad a cad. I'm the one who should be. All right, turn the fan on. Let me know if it's too noisy. Nick says, the more random books you get now, the more I get to haul back in August. Too many books. I was just being facetious. But says, Armin, you'll have to check out the short. It's my newest endeavor. Is it on your? It's on your YouTube page. I will check it out right after I get off here in an hour or so. Yep. All right. Cool. Very cool. I will check that out. Yeah, Nick, you're going to have a nice pile of books to take home with you after MondoCon. I've actually started a couple of books, and I will put a crate together as usual and go, hey, take whatever you want, Nick. Only Nick. Back off, Edler. Those are Nick's choices first. You get whatever he doesn't deem good enough. Best be all Geezer Butler though. Well, who else would write a book except for Geezer Butler? Frank said you did another sneaky evening sesh last night. I saw this morning. Nick says the only one worth keeping. Yeah, because I had my author lunch yesterday with 3 mics and a win. I should have taped it, and it should have been 3 mics and a win. I should have went live. That's what I should have done. That would have been a good move. And we went to lunch at the Japanese buffet. I ate a lot of seafood yesterday, which is delicious. And then I came home. I think I shot a video, maybe Sunday's video, or just a future video, and then therapy at 3, and then at 4 o'clock, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on for an hour or so. I think it was me and Charlie again. So it depends on what I have coming up, which looking at next week, Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, I should be fine. I'm not even Irish. And then Thursday, I don't have therapy until 3. So next week should be a normal week. There's no... What does that say? Oh. Like, what's a spin day? Oh, it's spa day. My wife is having a spa day with her cousin next Friday, the 20th. So don't expect her to be available. So yeah, I should have a normal next 2-3 weeks. I don't have anything insane that I have to do. Tomorrow, obviously, I will not be on. I will be spending the day with my wife. We might be fixing up the bench little free library. I just realized that there's the little free library on the bottom is chained to the other pole, and the chain is now no longer connected. I don't like that. I might just bring it in tonight because hopefully we'll do it tomorrow. But I don't like it. It's not connected. It feels like some idiot's just going to come by and just take it. Anyway, we're going to play with that tomorrow. Clean up the garage a little bit more. That kind of stuff. Frank says that screws up all my plans. I apologize. Sunday morning, I will be hanging out with Peter Marsh, hopefully Frank, hopefully Chad Lutsky, hopefully Amanda. We'll get some writing in the morning. I probably won't be on Sunday afternoon. Probably just relax, take a nap, watch some baseball. I'm going to do my newsletter, put up this next video. The next one is Sundays will be a how I started MondoCon, something along those lines. He says, Lorraine missed her calling. She's a comedian. Good stuff. Thank you. There you go. All right. Now I'm looking forward to watching that. Probably can't join you Sunday. You son of a... All right. We're still going to make fun of you. We're still going to put you down. We're still going to crush your will to live. Or we'll just be like, yeah, Frank's busy. That's fine. Frank's busy. We do this every Sunday, so no big deal. I want to just keep inviting more and more and more people until Peter's like, I got to send out 47 different things here now. All right, so my baseball game had just officially dropped 3 minutes ago. As soon as I'm done here, I'm over there. Lorraine's glad that Keith likes it. I'm going to finish this short story, and then I'm out. Again, and then everybody have a great weekend, and I will see everybody on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Monday is just another manic Monday. Frank says, do you like Italy in the classic? Here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be, once again, the U.S. against Japan, and Japan's going to win. And I literally have not watched a pitch of that, and I really don't even really care. I just know that they're still in it. Lorraine got the reference, the Bengals. Chess says, Frank is too old to hang with us kids on early Sunday mornings. Frank the elder Edler. Exactly. Frank says, better Bengals song. Not Bengals. Bengals song. Manic Monday or In Your Room. Lorraine says, it depends on the situation. She's thought of this back in her college days. Choose. In Your Room. I like it slightly better. I like both songs, though. I also like their version of Hazy Shade of Winter. Manic Monday, I have plenty of those, yeah. Chad, you calling me old? Yeah, Chad. Hazy Shade of Winter is their best one. You know what? Excellent version of that song. Nick, have they done a Bengals guitar versus science episode yet with AI? Sits in my head. Now it is again. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it is a cover. It's a great cover of that song. Nick said the last one I saw was Wang Chung. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Yeah, a cover done better, Frank. Exactly. They spruced it up. They gussied it up. Better. Lorraine, who do you like better? Debbie Gibson or Tiffany? Frank, you stay out of this. Debbie Gibson or Tiffany? Wang Chung is the true foul. Nick says not Bengals, but Tiffany. She says, oh, help. Simple question. Simple question. Debbie Gibson or Tiffany? Lorraine says, okay, Debbie. I mean, he did a Tiffany video. Why would he do it? Okay. You know, I guess I'll have to watch that one too. After I watch Lorraine's video. Frank Edler is the biggest Debbie Gibson fan in the world. And I'm not even joking. Literally when he drove down here for my wedding 11 years ago, that's what he was listening to the whole ride. Was it driven his wife nuts? Samantha Fox. Name a Samantha Fox song without thinking about her without her top on. Whereas one-hit wonders and malls don't generally appeal to me, or even my 18-year-old self. Dear mercy. Frank says Tiffany only famous for a cover. Frank says Samantha Fox wore tops. Covet the cover. Chad says that's true about Frank and Miss Gibson. I respect that. Like what you like. Exactly. Except for Deep Purple. Do not like Deep Purple or Ina, whatever her name is. Frank will get very upset at you. Because he does not like that woman at all. They just sent me a recipe for seafood and seaweed chowder. I don't want seafood and seaweed. What does seaweed taste like? You know? Does it overpower the dish? I've heard the name Deep Purple for years, but I don't have a clue what they sing. They sing 70s pretentious arena rock. Druggies listen to stuff. Lorraine doesn't like the color purple. Frank says the Debbie Gibson thing is real. Oh, it's 100% real. We're not joshing. Chess says, Lorena, are you even American? First the Misfits skull, now Deep Purple. Yeah, she lived in I'm a fake French woman. She lived in the outskirts of Georgia her whole life, where they didn't have stuff like they had up in the Detroit area. A couple more lines and this story is done. Keith says, I'm sure she's heard Deep Purple, but doesn't realize it. I was into Duran Duran. Don't shoot me. I also like Duran Duran. Girls on Film. The original video on that when I was like 13. Keith says, Smoke on the Water, Perfect Stranger. She definitely knows Smoke on the Water. Quiche Lorraine. I soon expanded my taste thanks to my younger sister. Chad says, you need to start one of these music reactions channels where people claim to have never have heard Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, Hush. Funny you say that, Chad. I didn't hear Stairway to Heaven until I married my husband. Wow. because it was all just Duran Duran for Lorraine. You know, with Duran Duran, do you really need to listen to anything else, though? That's funny. All right, my short story is done. I will be back on Monday. Hang out with everybody. 29 years ago. Wow. That song's a little older than that. Everybody have a great weekend. There's a small percentage chance I'll be on Sunday, but probably not. I definitely will be back on Monday. Hopefully I won't have any problems with the intranets. And all I wanted to do today was finish this short story. Now I am going to I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to go play my baseball game. I'm excited. Have a great weekend. Thank you for everybody who's watching this live or the people who are going to watch it over the weekend and whatnot. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for watching all of my videos on mute in the background. 1,100 hours we need, people. 1,100 hours. You have a great weekend, Lorraine. Everybody, great weekend.